My name's Kyle Dake, 74 kilos, men's freestyle, US Olympian. My wrestling journey started when I was a baby, before I was born. My father was a wrestling coach, my grandfather was a wrestling coach, and it was always written that I was going to be a wrestler in some capacity. I was always a little bit small, so I was having to wrestle bigger guys, and this was on the one sport where I felt like I didn't have to worry about my buddies who were 6'2", 250 pounds in 7th and 8th grade. And I could actually compete pretty well, and I was good at it. I love being able to go out there and just have fun and compete. And it was something I could connect with my family on. My brother wrestled as well. My mom would take us everywhere. If I had practices in the summertime, I'd drive an hour both ways 3 or 4 times a week just to go wrestle for 45 minutes. And it'd be like, all right, well, I guess we're not getting home till 9 o'clock. I'd be doing homework in the car. And then my brother and sister were dragged along to every single wrestling tournament that I ever went to. Just having them there has been crucial. And then evolved into my wife. We're going on 17 years now together. We've known our lives together more than we've known them separately, which is kind of cool to think about. And she's been unbelievable through this whole journey, unbelievable. But she's been through thick and thin with me, through all the surgeries, through all the losses, through all the wins, through everything. And I can't thank her enough. I can't thank all of them enough. In high school, I knew I wanted to be better than my dad. That was my goal. He was a 1-time state champion. I wanted to be a 2-time state champion. My goal was to win 2, and I won 2. And then my dad was an NCAA All-American, and I thought, I want to be a national champion. Like, I want to one-up my dad. My freshman year, that was kind of my thought process. Like, okay, just keep going, buddy. You got this. Like, trying to one-up dad. That was just kind of a little game that we played. I went from a very conventional, just a standard way of training. Basically from my start until about 2015, I started making some adjustments and changes. And I think I'm probably one of the more unconventional guys in terms of how I approach training, my lifestyle, my cross training, everything. Everything's a little bit different. I see what works for people who are very unwell, and how do they dig themselves out of the hole? And how can I apply it to myself? What are some things that I can do differently to help enhance my performance? I'm always looking for something, whether it be a diet or an exercise or a lifestyle change, enhancing my sleep, whatever I'm doing, I'm always looking to, be better, trying to get better with everything that I do. It's been a very unique road, and it's fun to see now kids who are younger, who listen to what I did in 2016, almost 10 years ago. Like, these are some things that I was adjusting, and now they're implementing those as well. And they're small things, and they're easily implemented if you're just willing to put in the time. I think it's really cool because it's just going to make those guys better. The shorter cycle, I still took it 1 year at a time, but it came really fast. The fact that it's already here is like, whoa, that was fast. Because I don't feel like it was that long ago that I was in Tokyo. And I think that was a big reason why a lot of us stuck around. Having wrestled in August of 21 at the Olympics, you're kind of already into the quad. And they weren't going to move the Olympics again. We had the World Championships right after, so it was another really short, it was 7 weeks after the Olympics. You take some time off the mat, and then all of a sudden you're into the new year. You're into 2022. And when you think about 2022, how important the 2023 World Championships are to qualify the weight, you're like, all right, well, I need to set myself up to go do this. And so it kind of shortens your ability to take some more rest, designed rest, and realizing, I have to go. I have to progress more if I want to continue to evolve and adapt to the changing landscape that is wrestling, because it's always changing. Whether it be new techniques, new guys, there's always something that you want to be ahead on. Originally, my goal was to be the 2012 Olympic champion. That was what I wanted to do. I was all right, I was close. I made the trials. I think I was 4th in the trials. But I actually got to go to the Olympic Games in 2012 in London as a training partner. And that was a lot of fun. That was a really good experience for me, just to go out there and kind of see how it all works and be a part of the energy that was out there. 2016, I fell short, took 2nd at the Olympic trials. So close, was just crushed. Afterwards I ended up having to get surgery and do other things like that. And after that, just trials and tribulations, and having to, fall down and get back up. And it wasn't until 2018 when I made first world team. 2020 came around and we all got locked down. So we had to wait for trials in 2021. And I finally made my first Olympic team. And then I was able to come home with a bronze medal in Tokyo, which was the next best thing. I couldn't get my gold for whatever reason it was, but I got the next best thing that I could get. And just kept training and wanted to be an Olympic champion and make another run at it. And it happened. I was able to accomplish that this year. I won the Olympic trials. And now just really excited to go up to Paris and perform my best. It's a lot of fun to be a part of another team. You have your world championship team, but then you also have the Olympic team. It's just something a little bit different because it only happens one every 4 years. A lot of our national team, like we have a good mix of people, but most of them are either very young or very old. Being Kyle's third, my second, can really just help these younger guys say, hey, look, this is just a tournament. And they all know that. I think it's gonna benefit us to have that experience going into Paris. I think the thing I'm most excited about is my family being there. I'm just really close with everyone in my family. Tokyo was hard because I just couldn't share it with them. So having everybody come and be there to experience it with me, because it's not just me out there on the mat. Everyone in my family has made sacrifices and now I get to. Being able to compete in front of a big crowd, high stakes, that's fun for me. I like to go out and wrestle. You go out and have some fun and see if what you thought would work is gonna work. So I put a lot of time into figuring that out. So pretty good at was trying to understand where I want to go. What is it that I want to do? And a lot of times it was focused on hey, I want to win, but I want to compete really well. I want to make sure that nobody touches my legs. I want to make sure that I have little goals for individual practices. And I think now, having learned more and more as you get older and go through these processes, I think the biggest thing for me is how can I compete with gratitude, be thankful for the opportunity? How can I compete with courage? Don't be wrestling with fear. And how can I go score points? Not freezing when you get out there. If I can have fun, that wraps everything in a nice bow. So those are really the 4 things that I'm looking at. And if I can just go out and do that every match, then the results will take care of themselves. Coach Kale says, there could be a million reasons why you should lose, but you only need one reason to win, and it's because you want to. So just go out and win. If that's what you want to do, just go do it. It's just a wrestling match. You know how to wrestle, so go do it. I think they'll see the culmination of a lot of different things. My goal is to go out there and compete authentically. Not try to be something that I'm not. I want to go out and compete as I am, as Kyle Dake is. I don't really want to go try to be somebody else. And when I do that, I tend to compete a lot better. And I'm able to do those things. I'm able to, have fun. I'm able to compete with courage, score points. And those are the little things that make all the difference in the world. So just compete authentically.